Good morning and welcome to a brand new TV show. I'm Earl Barfoot and I've had the privilege of being your host on the radio Senior Notebook Show for the past 7 years, and they've been wonderful years. And how much we have appreciated your sending in those notes to tell us how helpful that show has been for you. Now we're inviting you to switch over to the TV side, where we can take a good look at some of the things that make for a productive senior life. And you know, if we're going to live this long, we might as well make these good years, right? Well, the TV format will be a little different from what the radio show has been, but the goals will be just the same. Namely, to put on your table some helpful senior information for the years in which you live, these longer years, and the positive side of aging and some of the rich heritage that we come from. And along with that, of course, to fill you in on what's going on and let you have a chance to catch up with the news and all of the resources that are available to you. Well, we'll look at health issues. We'll consider how we can stretch those shrinking dollars, and we'll share some of the kinds of tips that will make life more interesting and pleasant for you, and then we'll kind of slip in some entertainment to keep you smiling. Senior Notebook is produced by a team of seniors who have retired from their jobs, but not from active living, and of course some of the staff from senior agencies who put together the resources that make it possible for us to have the kind of supply of information that we need. You'll meet these folks from week to week, and incidentally, we'd like to say thanks to the WENY TV staff. And we'll try to drag some of these folks on camera along with the rest of them sometimes. But on with the show. Let's begin with a subject that's certainly important to all of us, the matter of Medicare. And we wonder, will Medicare continue to be available to us? Well, perhaps one of the answers is to deal with Medicare fraud. And let's begin with that. Good morning, Fran. You're the counselor your coordinator of the High Cap Insurance Program, aren't you? The counseling program.
Yeah, at the Office for the Aging, Chemung County.
This is Fran Weeks, and he has certainly made a study of the Medicare problems. And I understand that there are millions of dollars that are just not spent right, maybe go astray, perhaps services that are claimed that are not actually performed.
That's right, Earl. And during the past 10 years, we counselors have come up with a lot of problems that we have to solve and help seniors with their problem. Some of the problems are doctors send bills to patients, and they've agreed to accept Medicare assignment, and after what they get from Medicare and the insurance, they send a bill to the patient. This is illegal.
This is incredible. This is what we call Medicare fraud, right?
This is Medicare fraud.
Right.
That's right. Besides that, occasionally a doctor's office will have Medicare numbers, and they'll send in a bill for services that are not even rendered. So again, that is fraud. And then we have equipment people, like wheelchair people, and they send in bills to Medicare. The patient will get a Medicare explanation of benefits, and the wheelchair was never furnished. So again, that's fraud. At nursing homes, sometimes group therapy takes place, and the patient gets a copy of an explanation of benefits, never agreed to it. That's Medicare fraud. And then if you go for free services somewhere, and they want your Medicare number, again, that's fraud, because it means they're going to ask Medicare for payments. That's fraud. These are some of the glaring examples of fraud, and we have to follow up on these and get Medicare to investigate and get the money back, and those that have performed the fraud, sending in the bills, have to be prosecuted, and they will end up not doing business with Medicare anymore.
Now this means that if I get a Medicare statement, I need to look it over pretty closely, don't I?
That's right. And if there's any problem, you start making telephone calls. If it's a doctor's office or equipment place, maybe you better call them first and ask. If you don't get satisfaction, then you better look at the bottom of the explanation of benefits and call the 800 number. And if that isn't doesn't solve the problem, then you need to call the Office for the Aging. And there is a hotline that you can call statewide, 800-447-8477, and they will have a special investigator go out and check this out.
So, Fran, what you're saying is, instead of just complaining that I'm paying too much, it's my responsibility too, isn't it, to be careful that I know what services I get and exactly what those charges are.
That's right. As a senior, you should follow up on these things. But when it happens the first time to a senior, they don't really know what to do, so they need to know who to ask, where to go, and what to do.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Sum up. What's the responsibility now?
Read your explanation of benefits. If there's a service being provided that's not really furnished, you start making telephone calls. You call the doctor, you call Medicare, and then you can call the Office of the Aging, ask for a high-cap counselor, and we'll help you out.
Thank you, friend. And that number for the Office for Aging?
Number for the Office of the Aging is 737-5520.
So, folks, it's your responsibility for Medicare fraud. Don't let it happen to you.
Good morning, Connie.
Good morning, Ray.
And good morning to our listening audience, our viewing audience, I should really say,
Yes,
right?
this is a little bit different, isn't it?
I think it's great. Well, welcome to the clippings portion of the Senior Notebook Show with Connie and Ray. Do you have any support for me?
Yes, there are many support groups. It all depends on what you're in need of. There are support groups for various things, and support groups are beneficial to people who are going through an experience and often feel they're alone. And when they're with other people who are going through the same thing, they get comfort, and sometimes they get a lot of encouragement, and they find out that there are other people who are making it.
That's good. That's a good program, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, I have a short story to tell you. An elderly man in Florida calls his son in New York. The father says to the son, "I hate to tell you this, but we have some serious problems here at home."
Oh, my.
He says, "Your mother and I are getting a divorce. I've had it. I just can't take it anymore. I want to live the rest of my life in peace. I just want you and your sister to know so that you will not be shocked when I move out." The son is just absolutely flabbergasted. He hangs up and he calls his sister in the Hamptons. Sister said, "Wait a minute. I will call Dad and we'll get this squared away." So she calls her father. She said, "Don't you do a thing until we get there. We'll be there Sunday night." So the father says, "Okay," hangs up the phone, and he turns to his wife, and he said, "Well, honey, the kids are coming for Christmas. I don't know what we're going to tell them for Easter."
That's really bad.
We got some volunteering opportunities from time to time.
Do you know volunteers are supposed to live longer than the average person because they are so generous with their
Look
time?
how we've done.
Yeah, right.
Yep. You know, there's such a thing as something simple, you know, that we can do, like filling out cards, greeting cards, right? And delivering them to a hospital. Now think of this a little bit. There's a child or an adult in the hospital that hasn't had any visitors, doesn't receive any mail, and you don't put a name on it. You just ask them to deliver it to one of the children that are there.
Well, I think there are many abandoned seniors, so to speak, in nursing homes and places like that where the family probably lives too far away, or maybe they have all died, and this person's virtually alone.
Yeah. And there's also opportunities for seniors, you know, to get involved in the community. You know, reading in the public schools, contacting the RSVP office or the local schools to find out what needs they have.
There's all kinds of positions, and if you really try one and it doesn't suit what you want to do, then you can try another one.
Yeah.
And they don't mind you doing that.
No. And we can do other things too, like donating our organs. That's possible now through the driver re-registration, right?
Right, and there's a definite need for that.
And think of this, you've got a whole bunch of goodies that have been collecting all year in your house, and you're vowing that you're going to have a a sale, right?
Yes,
How about donating the proceeds to charity?
that would be nice.
You
Or,
know?
or you can just donate it to some organization, too, that
Yeah.
has fundraisers. I have a thought for today. Would you
Okay.
like to hear it?
I certainly would.
Okay. Live beneath your means. Now, it's not hard
Beneath
to...
your
Beneath
means.
your means, yes.
Okay.
Return everything you borrow.
Ooh.
Okay? Stop blaming other people. Admit it when you make a mistake. Now, that's not easy.
That is not easy.
Give clothes not worn to charity. Not things that are worn out, not worn to charity. Do something nice and try not to get caught. Listen more, talk less. Every day, take a 30-minute walk. Do you walk?
30 minutes? Yeah, I don't. Well, maybe out of the whole day I might get 30 minutes of walking.
Hey,
in.
walking is good, especially for seniors, because it helps prevent osteoporosis. Strive for excellence, not perfection.
Okay, that's
Good enough is good enough.
Yeah.
Be on time. Don't make excuses. Don't argue. Get organized. And this is hard. Be kind to kind people, and be kind to unkind people.
There you go.
It's not easy, trying to be nice to someone who isn't nice to you. Let someone cut ahead of you in line. Take time to be alone. Cultivate good manners. Be humble. Realize and accept that life isn't fair.
Okay. Oh, that's great. I think those are nice thoughts. Well, thank you, and we'll look for us again.
Hi everyone, this is Bob Laganegro, and this is the Tips and Recipes segment of our show. Today with us is Zoo Taylor and Verlene McGee. Hi folks, it's great to have you. Verlene, you were telling me some tips before we came on.
Oh, yes. I'd like to tell you about my brother, who bought 3 beautiful New York strip steaks. And he was going to cook these steaks with all the good stuff that goes with steak. My sister-in-law came home wondering what she'd have for dinner, and she found the steaks in the refrigerator, cut them up, and made stew. It was the best tasting stew. We all complimented Christine, who was not the best cook in the world, but this was one of the best meals she had ever prepared. The next day, my brother reached for the steaks. They weren't there. He realized then that we had eaten the steaks as stew the day before. We all teased Christine, and we named this Christine's stew. And to this day, we always describe New York steak as Christine's stew.
Christine's stew. Well, that's a tip, I tell you.
It's good.
Sue, how about you? What do you
I have a story, too, about my daughter. She had this little, they were young kids, and she had this little boy neighbor, and they played together a lot. And she liked to cook. She's a good cook today, too. But she made mud pies, you know, dirt, stones, a little spice stirred in, and fed them to him. He ate them.
He ate the pie?
He really ate them. That's not the kind we're going to make, though.
Yeah. Well, you do have something to tell us about
I have
food.
something to share,
Great.
yes. You know, in these cold days, in this deep winter, in the old days, our grandmothers and mothers used to heat the oven and keep the kitchen warm and cook food, and it smelled so good, and people came home and smelled it. And this was a way of life, and we think about it when we think back. Well, here goes. I have a wonderful applesauce cake recipe. It's very delicious, doesn't have many ingredients, and of course the story that goes with it, and that's what's so important about many recipes, I think, like your steak. My father was owned a restaurant. His father was a baker, and they were good cooks. And back in the 19-teens, they had a restaurant in Johnson City. And at the mealtime, that was the big meal in those days, they would serve food, and the workers would come from the factories and all around. How much do you think these meals cost?
I don't dare guess.
$5?
50 cents.
Oh, boy.
50 cents.
Yes.
For 50 cents, you could have stew, or it was always the same dish on a particular day, but stew, meat and potatoes, you know, a whole meal, fruit, bread, fresh bread, and dessert or cake. Well, many times they would run out if they'd have a flush of people, customers coming in. So my grandmother lived next door, and the word would go across, we don't have dessert. And she would whump up this applesauce cake recipe. Can you smell it?
I can smell it, but I can't believe it.
Smells wonderful.
Yeah. But now what you must do is heat the oven. And well, how do you know if the oven's warm enough back then?
Temperature?
Put your hand inside. Well, it feels pretty good. Maybe we better stoke it up a little. Get it warm enough to cook the cake. Okay. Now, have you washed your hands, checked your ingredients? Do you have the pan ready? Is it greased? All of these things go into baking. Okay. Here's the ingredients. Applesauce cake, 1.5 cups of applesauce, sweetened or not. Into that, you stir 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And then you add a cup of sugar or less, 1/2 cup of shortening, 2 cups of flour, and to that, 1/2 cup of chopped raisins, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and cloves, and nutmeg, and salt. Just stir that all together and throw it in the pan. Stick it in the oven for 1 hour, 350. Take it out and serve to your satisfied customers.
Oh my gosh,
Good
that
recipe.
sounds just great.
You want a sample,
Yes,
don't
it
you?
does. Yes, and you had a story about mud pies too, didn't you, Verlene?
Oh, yes. My husband thinks that little girls should only make mud pies and not be mixed up with things in the kitchen. And we decided I'd let them help me make biscuits. So we all got together and we made the biscuits. And my husband complimented them, said how good they were. And the girls were so excited because he said they were good that they said, "Grandpa, we helped." Well, I wish I could have had a camera to see the expression on
Poor old
his face.
grandpa, huh?
Yeah.
And I ate them. Well, thank you, Zoo, and thank you, Verlene, and we'll be looking forward to your tips and recipes next week. Thank you.
Bob Nolan is with us this morning. Bob's a member of our Senior Notebook team. He's also well known for the work he does with seniors in the town of Big Flats. And by the way, Bob, congratulations on the development of that community building that's coming along.
Thank you, Earl.
That sounds wonderful.
We're excited.
Bob is also tax collector for the town of Big Flats, or should I say, Bob, that you graciously receive taxes from people?
I do it with a smile, Earl, and I try to enjoy that, and I try to have my taxpayers enjoy it too. But you know, I'm a little concerned. That's why I came today. I wanted to talk to you about a little bit about the STAR program. You know, 3 years ago or so, Governor Pataki proposed the STAR program to give taxpayers some relief on their school tax bills. And it was well advertised, but you know, I'm appalled to find out that there's still many taxpayers today, even now, that don't know about STAR. And I wish that we could somehow get the message to them. And it applies to everybody. What was confusing a little bit was the first year, when it was only for senior citizens.
Now, this is something that doesn't happen automatically then?
No, you must sign up for this to get it. Every homeowner must sign up for this. But a lot of the taxpayers were confused because it started off with seniors only. But seniors get $50,000 of their assessed value removed when it comes to paying the school tax. And this leaves several folks whose properties are less than $50,000 with no school tax. This is wonderful, and it's a real relief for them. It gives them money to spend on other needed necessities.
So this is an assessment reduction, not a tax cut.
Exactly. In other words, it started out with the younger people, $10,000 the first year, $20,000 last year, and $30,000 this year. And that's the cap. It stays at $30,000. But I want to urge the people to get into their assessor's office, whether it be the city of Elmira, or whether it be the town of Catlin, or the town of Big Flats, or any of the towns around. Get from their assessor, get the application. It's a very simple form to fill out. Now, I know that seniors sometimes are a little frightened, but we have people in that office who will help them and guide them and even do it for them to help them get that benefit that they're so richly entitled to.
So there's no reason for anyone to sit back. Just come in and get some help.
Just come in and ask for the help if you need it, and don't be frightened and don't be intimidated.
Now, will this STAR continue? I hear the word co-STAR program, Bob.
Well, that's something that hasn't happened yet, Earl, but down the road we think maybe it will, which means co-STAR or STAR 2 would help them on their county and town taxes, in addition to the school tax. The STAR program is only good for school tax right now.
What do you think anyone might save on this in their year's taxes, Bob?
Well, I save personally $800. $800 is a lot of money.
That sure is.
It's not peanuts. And we're able to use that $800 other ways then. And that's what I'm trying to urge all seniors, especially seniors, to.
So your message this morning is get in and get some help, sign up for it, and you know, not wonder what to do, but get some help.
Just come in, don't be intimidated, ask us for help. The people in those assessor's office will be glad to help you.
Good. And where do they come, Bob?
Right to our town halls, right to the assessor's office.
Good. Thank you so much. And folks, take advantage of that 800, 600, 400, whatever it may be, it's worth it.
You bet.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning. I'm Art Smith from the Senior Notebook Production Team. And this morning we have Diane Fitzwater with us. And Diane is representing the Beecher Elementary Community Education Program. Diane, what is this community program that we've been hearing about?
The community schools education program is where they try to bring the community into the school itself, and then we try to also bring the school out into the community.
And how do you get the school into the community?
Well, we've taken students over to the St. Joseph's Hospital for a bingo program over there. We've taken them out for singing and caroling at the lower income resident apartments. We are also looking at trying to do some volunteer after-school programs for the children.
And the volunteer programs are going to be what people are you interested in?
We are looking for, actually we are looking for all volunteers for the program, but we're really interested in the RSVP programs, the retired citizens.
And they're to help with this new after-school literacy program. Is that their idea?
Yes, I'm looking for volunteers to come in to do reading or to help the children read, first graders and second graders. We feel that reading is very, very important in the schools. It helps with their academics development, and it also helps with their life skills.
Now, where is Beecher Elementary School, so we can have an idea what, if we want to volunteer, where to go to?
Beecher Elementary School is located on the east side of Elmira. It's off of Church Street. It's actually, the address is 310 Sullivan Street.
Is that the school you see when we come off of 17 on our right-hand side?
Yes, that's the school.
That's the school. And are there any other uses for senior volunteers in your program?
Yes, we also have an intergenerational reading program that takes place during the school hours. The RSVP volunteers have been coming in and reading to our students. We also have a mentoring program that we've started. We've had RSVP volunteers come in, and we have a mentoring luncheon. We have them paired up with a student. They eat lunch with the student, and we also have a project that they do. This gives them a little bit one-on-one.
Example of the project would be what?
Well, let's see. The last project that we did, we actually painted flower pots. We taught the kids to paint flower pots, stencil the flower pots, and we've planted seeds in the flower pots, hoping to have the seeds grow into a marigold so that they can give them to their parents or their mothers on Mother's Day.
Oh, very good. So you say someone that would be interested in this program and volunteering for those programs, how would we get a hold of you?
You actually call RSVP downtown. They do all the clearinghousing for the volunteers.
And do you have a number for?
Yes, I do. Actually, the phone number is 734-4161, and you can talk with Sue Fisher.
Thank you. So if any of you seniors out there who are interested in helping young people learn how to read or to spend some time with them at lunch hour, please feel free to call RSVP. Thank you, and have a good morning.
Well, that's our show for today. The new Senior Notebook. We've had a lot of fun putting this together, and we'll do our best to make it interesting for you every week. There's so much to tell you and to show you. So many interesting seniors we'd like to introduce you to who are living those lives that are demonstrating that life can begin at 40 or 50 or 70 or 90. And we'd love to hear from you. Maybe you're one of those persons that has that interesting story to tell. We'd like for you to get involved with us in this Senior Notebook program. We hope you've enjoyed the show this morning, our time together. Let's make a date for next Sunday and every Sunday at 11:30 and see what else we can discover during the week that makes your world turn. I'm Earl Barfoot speaking for the whole Senior Notebook team, and you have a great day.